Hello, Todis. I love your optimism of third first. But welcome. Hello. How you doing? Hope you've had a good. What are we? Tuesday? Yeah. Hope you've had a good Tuesday so far. And yeah, oh god, yeah. Beginning of the week, isn't it? Crazy. Well, thankfully not the very beginning, so that's not so bad. Monday has been and gone. But yeah, thanks for dropping by. Welcome to. We're going to be playing more Nightcall today. Greetings. I feel like I put it off too much with random stuff in between and not seeing too much. How are you doing? I'm fine, thank you. Yes, yeah, yeah, doing okay, thanks. Plodding along. Did a bit of gardening at the weekend, so my back was killing me. Not in. It's weird. I've had my back go before with regards to like muscle tension. Like just occasionally, it will like very occasionally, it will just suddenly like cramp up, and it's the worst cramp possible because of course you can't stop using your back and you can't stretch it out. The only way to fix it is to essentially get it massaged out, or to just like, I don't know, somehow sort of rest it off. But even then, sort of like laying down doesn't help because it's constantly cramping. It's very frustrating, quite painful. So on Saturday, my back ached like it was going to cramp up, but it didn't. And I thought, oh, okay, well, that's a bit strange, but it doesn't matter. I've got, it was the only chance really to massage over the new house. Maybe. But it was the only chance to, because I had to get the, it was the first time I needed to mow the lawn in the year. You know, it was the first real opportunity we've had a good amount of sunshine. Not that it's really doing a lot to the waterlogged ground, but it wasn't due to rain for a, you know, we'd had a day without rain and it wasn't due to rain again, so I was like, fuck it, I'll get these lawns mowed, because we have a front and a back. The front is only tiny, I don't do it that often, but it's a mess after the winter, you know. So I did the back garden, then that, and then I needed to trim the hedge. And at one point whilst I was doing the lawn, I twisted seemingly normally, and my back went, I don't fucking like this, and just cramped up, but it immediately released again. So I just got like a split second of like, oh shit, oh no, it's fine, okay. And then after that, it never actually remained cramped, it just hurt. So for all of Sunday and sort of most of like yesterday morning, it ached, but like a couple of nights have sort of worn it off, and I'm fine now. But it was just strange. It sort of that weird idea of cat, what are you doing? Sorry, he's just suddenly decided to come and step all over things. Yeah, I've never had it sort of ache so much and not do something about it. It's very strange, but that was cool. So yeah, so we got some gardening done, and we're randomly packing, and not again, you know, I know it's the same update every week at the moment, but we're not super rushing, but there are random stuff I'm getting done. And do you know what, also more likely, lately I've had a desperate need to create something, because I'm always looking at my channel thinking there aren't enough like there's things to do. I've always got ideas, and I've had like an idea for like some new backgrounds. Like I want to replace the screen we're on at the moment, as well as the sort of the general gaming background. I'd like that to sort of just do something as opposed to sort of sitting there. It's perfectly fine for what it is. I'm quite happy with it generally. You know, I've got ideas, and I just want to try and sort of bring them to fruition. So so I've been sort of doodling, because the thing is, it's a constant mess up between what's in my brain and what I can get out of my brain, and sort of trying to marry the two into something I'm still happy with, you know. So I've been working with that, and I think it's going quite well. But you know, what's wrong with being an adult? What did you do this week? Same thing. It's like, yeah, exactly. It's always, it's pretty much always the same. I mean, yeah. I mean, that could go for months, though. It's crazy, isn't it? Thank you, Didi. Hello. Thank you for redeeming first. I didn't want to. I didn't want to say in case you weren't ready to chat yet, but thank you for the hydrate as well. Yum yum yum. Yeah, exactly. Nothing really changes much unless something. Most of the time, and I don't want to sound negative, but most of the time it only really changes when something goes wrong. It's very rare something sort of big and good happens, you know. So you know, it's more likely, oh, you know, the only thing that really broke up the week was, you know, that window that broke, as opposed to, you know, or my washing machine decided to flood or something like that, as opposed to, you know, oh, well, you know, we won the lottery or anything like that. You know, these kind of things don't usually come around that often. Sometimes there's holidays and things like that interspersed, so there's occasionally good news, but, you know, that's just very strange. When you know, change is good. When there's old changes, grandma fell and broke her hip. Yeah, exactly, that's it. Because and the thing is, it's absolutely crazy. It was only a few weeks back I saw my I went to see a couple of family members, and my dad was there, and he just happened to mention, oh, by the way, it's only like 9 months until Christmas. And we're like, 9 months? If you get paid monthly, that's only 9 paydays until Christmas. It's absolutely insane. But years just absolutely fly by. Before you know it, we'll be looking at autumn, you know, and it's crazy. You just want to sort of sit down and enjoy what's here, you know, for a minute, you know. Up another stairs, go outside. Outside, not much is going on at the moment. No, meh, just a hellmouth. Another one. Where's Buffy when you need her? I'm on the 3rd of the year now. Yeah, I know, it's crazy, isn't it? Because I keep thinking, I'm still thinking, oh, beginning of April. You know, for some reason my brain is still just going, oh, we've only just changed. You know, it's only just into April, but no, we're more than halfway now. It's absolutely mental. But anyway, so yeah, not a lot happening. Oh, bollocks. Do you know what I didn't do? Oh, shit. Right. This doesn't matter to you guys that much, but I went to see the doctor last week, and they did like a test and everything, and now my GP wants to speak to me. They only want to speak to me on the phone, but rather than contact me with a phone call or contact me with saying they've made an appointment to contact me, they just contacted me and said, we need you to book an appointment for the telephone. But the problem is their booking system is online only, despite the fact my GP is literally at the end of my road. I can walk down there. It's like, if I'm slow, it's a 2-minute walk, you know. Well, maybe not, but yeah, just about. It's you know, if it wasn't for the corner, it would be within visual distance of my house. Despite that, I have to get online and put in a request for them to look at the appointment system and make me an appointment. But that system itself is only open between 8 and 1. And so I've forgotten it. They sent me this 1:30 yesterday, so I was like, oh shit, I'll have to do it tomorrow. And every time this morning I've remembered I'm in the middle of something, and I completely forget as soon as I've finished doing what I'm doing. And now I've only just remembered it's basically just 1 o'clock, and I'm not going to get in there, because the thing, you can't just sort of log into the system, and so it's not a tick box or anything like that. You have to type shit out and say, this is what you've asked me to do, or this is what I need doing, and XYZ. It literally can take 10-15 minutes just to run through, just to book an appointment. It's so annoying. Well, you're not even booking an appointment, you're asking for an appointment. Anyway, sorry, it's irrelevant to you, but I've just remembered. It's really curses. It's Back from the Dead, developing appointment booking system. Yeah. It's, oh my god, it's ridiculous. They keep reworking the system. Now, I mean, when I say keep reworking, obviously it's not like every other day or anything, but this is the, I guess since living in this house, or being at this GP practice, like, this is probably like the 5th way or version of appointment booking we've had. Now that's not very often, I guess, but that's a change for about every 3 years or so, and that's quite frequent when you consider the fact that all you're doing is booking appointments. You know, that's it used to literally be you could walk in. Hello. Sorry, caught me off guard for a second. Asma, thank you. Hello. Hi-yo. Thank you very much for the sub. I hope the ad-free viewing goes well. Yeah, you literally just be able to walk in and go, right, I need an appointment, and they'd go, okay, how's this sound, and, you know, give you a time and date or whatever. And then it turned into, well, you can only book by phoning up or getting there very early in the morning. And now it's like, well, then you had to do it online, and now you have to sign into a very specific system. So that's only 4 systems, but maybe there's one in between. So it's the 4th or 5th way of changing how you actually book your appointment. It's absolutely crazy. And all of it just comes down to give me a fucking appointment. You know, no matter how much they rearrange the system, it's all exactly the same. Just give me an appointment, you know. It's ridiculous. Anyway, right, that's all by the way. Can't find a birthday cake E-mode. So here's the best thing. Birthday cake? Oh my god, sorry, I missed. Sorry, after the quarter year, I completely missed. More important than that, Xmas. Less than a month till most important day, DD birthday. Yay! Well, hopefully, we'll be streaming close to the time, and you can let us. You can remind us again. I don't think I have that on my system anyway. That would be creepy, wouldn't it? If I happen to have that. If I do, I'm not going to tell you because that would be creepy. Yeah, so next time we're close to it, let us know and we can. You're gonna be old. You're not old. You're not allowed to be. If you're younger than me and you're old, what does that make me? It's not good. So you're not allowed to be old. You are young forever. Anyway, so yeah, welcome everybody. Didi, I hope you are doing well. 35. It's not old. It's not even middle-aged yet. You're fine. Well, I mean, it depends on where you go, I guess. But, you know, that's not even middle-aged. You're going to be fine. Wise, exactly. Yeah. Yes, but have you ever heard anyone who's young and wise? No, it's always old and wise. They go hand in hand. But, yeah, sorry, I don't think I actually said it, but yeah, I hope you're having a good day, Dee. I hope you had a good night. Good morning, wherever you are, because wisdom is earned over time. Exactly. Azimuth, I hope you are having a good day as well. Morecambe and White, hey! Oh. Yeah, and Wise was the one he took the piss out of a lot. I feel like I could live with that one, actually. That's more like it. Yeah, hope you're doing well, Azimuth. What are we doing? Yeah, I think that's basically it. I did some gardening the weekend, and we've had some like random other shit, like, you know, just life basically. We got some pictures of the new place the other day, actually. Absolutely nothing to report, but they said it's not even watertight yet, so they'll let me know when that happens, because then they can start doing a little more work inside the building, which is when it starts looking more livable. At the moment, we got some pictures. We have no idea what even floor they're looking at, or what you know, what part of the building. It's just a bunch of corridors with pipes and concrete blocks in. That's about it so far. But structurally, it's going. You know, and it's weird because it feels like. I think their construction is going to be focused more on it now, because they were working on an area, and although our building, the block is like is the last part of that. So now all those other areas are finished. They're focusing solely on this one building. But when I was there in person in January, and they were at least working on, if not finishing up, the first story with regards to bricks, at least, obviously only the outside, you know. But now we don't even actually like fully have the roof on yet, I don't think. Or if we have it, it's only just got on and it's not complete yet because it's not watertight or whatever. But so yeah, they so it feels like the last sort of 3 months haven't really. It feels like they've sort of dragged their heels. But then again, of course, they've been probably you know, victims of weather, which has been absolutely awful for 3 months. You know, so what are you gonna do? You know, I don't know how to pack up the house. Yeah, well, yes, yeah. Kids don't need to be wide. Heal quickly and survive vape juice and half an hour sleep a day. A little sleep, because that is all I'm getting. Oh, I'm sorry, Didi. I know, it's absolutely awful. Because that's the worst thing, is you could be perfectly fine in most other senses. Whether you are or not is irrelevant, I guess. But, you know, you could be. And if you don't get enough sleep, you just feel friggin' awful. So, you know, it's probably blown up to... Maybe. I gotta constantly keep rebuilding. But yeah, so we yeah, I think literally I think that's about it. We're not doing a lot in life, you know. There's just some things going. We went out to dinner with some friends the other night. Long story short, we have a collection of friends that you know, we've known for quite some time. Most of us got together via the like our TTRPG like gaming group in our town. Like That's where most of us met, and we just sort of stayed friends sort of outside of that for various, in various ways and for various reasons. And we just there's like a group of us now, and but we don't see each other that often, or at least we didn't most of last year because one of us was dying, which is a bit unfortunate. And then after that, at his funeral, we just decided that we don't see each other enough, and so we've sort of made a concerted effort to get out more. Usually it's not sort of days out because that's hard to organise. It has to be weekends and weekends that people are free and things like that, so it can be difficult. But most of the time we've been able to make it to sort of like evening meals, just a chance to catch up and enjoy a new restaurant or whatever. And also so far it's been sort of a couple of birthdays of being catching up with people. But we felt really bad because it was the birthday of one of our group a few weeks back, and this was kind of like a belated get together afterwards. And so she got to choose where we went. She said, like, here are two options, and she wanted everyone sort of voted, and we all kind of said, well, look, here's one, but we'll take the other if you want it, kind of thing. And so we went with the majority vote essentially. But we got there, and because she's vegetarian, they had a limited menu, and because we're getting on these days, we don't we don't pack it away like we used to. So none of us, we all decided we'd have the pudding instead of the starter. So it's never a 3-course meal. It's always a 2, and you just choose, well, do you want a starter or a pudding? Because we're not going to fit all 3. And we decided we wanted the pudding instead, and so we went straight to main and then pudding. And for both choices of hers, neither of them were in. They were like, oh, we've just run out of that. It's like, for fuck's sakes. Can you not just... I know it's midweek, essentially, but did you not realise you were going to have, customers who might want to eat this shit? That's so frustrating when a restaurant runs out of anything, really. But when it's something that is of a limited menu, you're like, I understand you're trying to balance things here, but for God's sake, it's so frustrating. Anyway, so we felt really bad, but we think next time we'll try and just sort of make it up to her and go wherever she wants or something like that. Thank you for the lurk, DT. So we had that. It was a nice meal. It was ridiculously expensive, and the service was slow. We got there. I think the table was booked for 7. Yeah, 7. We got out about 10:30, 10:15 maybe. So it was over 3 hours just to eat dinner, and we weren't the ones slacking. It was because they were sort of short-staffed. Where it's like a 2-story kind of restaurant. They had, I don't know what it was like upstairs. We were downstairs. It wasn't packed, but it was a little busy, and they had 3 people serving. That was it. So they had one upstairs, one downstairs, and sort of some guy essentially helping out in between. Maybe he was the manager or something like that. I don't know. Did they grow the menu? No, exactly. One of them was ridiculous because it was right. So so every time, like we said, oh, just give us an extra minute to think about it, they come back like 10 minutes later. It was constantly just sort of like slow. And again, they were polite and pleasant, and it was nice food. Generally everything was good. It was just really slow because this woman was run off her feet and she couldn't find the time. It was a really good run. Yeah, exactly. Well, one of them was the on the pudding menu, which so we had our main. They took forever to clear it up. Then they came back and said, do you want a pudding? We're like, yes, please. So they came, brought us the menu. Then we sat there staring at the menu for about 10 minutes before they finally came back and said, do you want anything? We're like, yes, please. Maybe even 15 actually. And it was only, but on the menu was an apple pie, and it was like apple pie and ice cream or something like that. And it was like, and it had a little thing on it saying, this takes 20 minutes to cook, basically. So they cook it sort of essentially fresh, I guess, sort of. So they wanted to prepare people. Like, well, if you'd given us the dessert menu when we'd finished eating, we could have, we'd had that 20 minutes in between us, getting the plate cleared up and getting the menus and so on. So it would have happened on time. But since we've been sat around for sort of 20 minutes without any kind of order, we were like, well, I'm not going to wait another 20 minutes to eat this food, so fuck it. So, yeah, it was ridiculous. But yeah, they were so like, but it was, like I said, it was expensive. Everything sort of is these days. You know, it's weird because every time you go out, you're like, oh, it's a month later and inflation's fucking gone up. But you know, things aren't getting any better. But you know, but there's still sort of like a bit when you're just like, okay, that's still a little bit higher than it should be. You know. Poor waiter. I know she was nice. She was nice enough, and she was kind of every time sort of she had to say, "We don't have that," which, like I said, was only a couple of times. Everyone else got what they wanted. It was just one of our group. You know, every time she asked for something, like, no, we haven't got that. But every time she was trying to help with, you know, other options. But of course, you know, there's a line between sort of being helpful and being patronising, because it gets to a point when you're like, well, she's looked at the menu, she knows what this is, you know, so. There's only so much you can do with regards to help that road. But she was just a bit rushed around. But yeah, crazy. Anyway, so you know, so yeah, so that's that. That's where we are. Anyway, I've been waffling on about my week for too long because not a lot really happened, considering how much I've been talking. We are going to be back to Nightcall today. That's the French taxi driver who's trying to solve a mystery. There is a... Now, God, what is it? It's like a serial killer. And we encountered them, but they let us live, I believe is the point. And we have to find out why. And a policewoman has essentially recruited us with minor blackmail to try and find out information for her. Nobody is dead yet. Is that the one where nobody is dead yet? Technically, yes, but yeah, exactly. A serial killer is bad at the job. Yeah, because all the victims are previous to us. So yeah, they so no one has died on our watch, I believe, at the moment. But there are historical deaths involved. And when we left off, it was the end of the day. We'd just gone back home, and we get like a notice board, not a notice board, a pin board, where we put stuff up. Oh, and that's it. And we have to. It takes time to review the evidence we've got, and I think we only had enough time to review one piece of three pieces of evidence before it sort of, like, because we have like a little bar telling us how long we've got left. So I think we've still got more evidence to review. I'm still not entirely sure how we're meant to be working this stuff out, like what we do with it, because is it a logic puzzle? Are we actually, as the player, getting enough hints to tell us what's happening, or are we just collecting hints for the game to work it out, and it will do the rest of the job for us? Because the stuff we have is telling us almost nothing, really. You know, I mean, it's information, but God knows how we're going to be able to tie it to anybody at this rate, you know. So let's load it up, see where we are. It auto-saved, I believe, so we should be okay. You know, hopefully. Starts on another screen. Let's wait for it to catch. There we go. Jeez. It was instantaneous previously. The detective did it. Could well be. She is a bitch. Right, so we'll just hit continue. Oh yeah, the night 3 of The Judge. An hour and 46 minutes played. Wow. Oh, because of course it's autosave, so I had to get to a point. Now I've got like my book, my gaming book here to take notes and so on, and all I've written is Nightcall, The Judge. And that's it. I've got nothing to write down myself, so who knows? You open one eye. Your back aches. You'd like to close your eyes and go back to sleep. Get up quickly. And a few minutes later, you're outside of your studio. Dun, dun, dun. Night 3. Right, okay. So we didn't get to review anything. We've gone sort of straight to sleep. Or I think we did review it and then we went to sleep and it autosaved. That was it. Okay. All good, it's fine. We're on night 3 and we haven't filled up with petrol yet, but we're looking good. Oh yeah, and everything takes time. So we can't just have the radio on whilst we're around. We have to we have to sit and listen to it, apparently. I wonder if that's going to be helpful. Got all these faces. I'm curious what this one is. But then this lady's closer. Oh, then again, this stuff is, these are hints, aren't they? Let's grab one of these whilst we're here. Since it's so close, we'll grab one of these and then we can go on to another job. From outside the... Oh, Jesus. Montparnasse gun store? Looks like... from outside, the Montparnasse gun store looks like any other shop. A plain, discreet front window, sliding doors. But inside, they sell handguns, machine guns, knives, and even grenades. Cool. It's your first time here, but you've already had its owner in your cab. Have we? The store opens really early so that patrons can come train at the shooting range. As you walk up to the counter, you hear the distant noise of gunfire under your feet. It's an unsettling experience, is it? Madame Brochant, can I help you? Can I help you? I won't be doing accents. It's the owner speaking. An older woman with a hunched back. She's been selling weapons since the 70s. She's cheeky in a typically Parisian way, and her wrinkles carve craters across her face. Ooh. Ah, it's you. It's been ages. Come closer. We make small talk and eventually decide to go for it. I have a question for you about a weapon. You slide the photo of the shell across the counter. She looks slowly up at you. Of course. See, because the thing is, you never know what... Unless I'm missing something on the UI, we don't actually know what information we're going to find once we get there. We don't know who we're getting involved with or why. So there is a shell casing somewhere along the lines. Was this the one to do with us, or was this one of the previous cases? I can't remember. Where's the photo from? She's been doing this for years, and you doubt you can pull one over on her. Question marks. I found it on the ground? What, the photo? Or the shell? I took it, or the cops? If I say I took it, that sounds super dodgy. If I say the cops, again, that lets on to the idea that we're working with the policeman. Oh, woman. Sorry, policewoman. Photographer friend sounds also kind of dodgy. Because it's like, well, why didn't the friend tell us where it's from? I'm kind of tempted to go with the question marks because it's kind of elusive, but then she might just take that as a piss take and not be happy about it. We don't want to let on about the cops because she was absolutely adamant, you know, that we're an informant and no one's to know about this. We'll say I took it. I know that sounds super dodgy, but I'm just thinking we can still not know something we take a picture of. Does that make sense? Whereas if we say a photographer friend, that just involves another, you know, fake person we've got to start lying about. Yeah, right, get the fuck out of it. Damn it! You recoil at the bitterness in her voice. Listen, I'm just looking for more information about this shell. I don't talk to filthy liars like you. Get out. She points to the door. Alright, fine. Fuck. Yeah, and just how did you end up with the police photo? God damn it, this is going to come terribly wrong. You know, put the picture from someone else. I took the picture and I took the picture from someone else. Or I took the picture from someone else. I think she means that, like, I took the photo. Thank you, Dee. Welcome back. No, wait, did you say? Oh, yeah, you were looking. Sorry, yeah. How did you end up with police photos? Ooh, I'm a private investigator now. I mean, we kind of are. Maybe not, you know, legitimately. Then again, is this woman going to go telling the police that we worked with them? Probably not. But do we want that information out there at all? If she's willing to just speak to us about, you know, private investigator. On top of driving a cab? She cocks her head towards the outside. Although with the disruptive economy we're living in, it's not surprising you have to work 2 jobs. Give that to me. Okay. Whew. We pulled it off somehow, basically, very badly. She practically rips the photo out of your hands. You give her as many details as you can. She thinks for a while. The shop doors open and a woman, probably a cop from her appearance, comes in, greets the owner and disappears downstairs. When she opens the door, it creaks and the smell of gunpowder spreads through the shop. It's funny, this doesn't fit with what you told me. The shell is in perfect shape and you told me the bullets are also completely clean. But it's old ammo, you can tell. There are no scratches, but there are a few oxidization stains, and the voice grows darker all of a sudden, like something had escaped from her. Why do we need to do this? Couldn't the police who provided us with the photo have a report on this? From, don't they have a specialist? Couldn't they have just put the report with the photo rather than having us work this out? Never mind, doesn't matter. In my opinion, it's from an old weapon, perfectly maintained by someone who knew what they were doing. In light of what you told me, I'd say it belongs to a cop or a soldier. It could be a family weapon. It was a police service weapon in the 1970s. Either a cop held onto it or the guy you're looking for inherited it. Okay. That judge there, he's a pro. That judge there, he's a pro. Okay. You raise your head to meet her gaze. Her old bones make that slight shift again. The one that could be construed as a smile. Or she, actually. You know, lots of women shoot, and I give classes if you have any lady friends who are interested. Back in your cab. You glance back at the shop. You don't know how this woman knew that. Wait, hang on. You have what you need to make. Wait, hang on, sorry, I'm lost. I've been reading out loud and I'm not clearly maybe not paying attention. How she knew what? That last sentence about the judge sort of threw me as well, because it didn't time well in my head. But anyway, you start your taxi. You have what you need to move forward with your investigation. And a coupon for a class on shooting automatic weapons. Good to know. Okay. That took up almost no time, and it didn't cost us any money. We might as well see what this next hint is about. Because time is our biggest asset here. He parks your taxi across from the stadium, just a few metres from a 2-storey building. It's an old brick place that clashes with the huge concrete behemoth that is Charletti Stadium. You get out of your car and walk to the front door. You knock. You wait a few minutes, lights come on, and the door finally opens. Marco appears. Yay, Marco! Marco is a former taxi driver, a strange guy, a bit spacey and different. He's been working at the stadium for a few years now. Well, shit. You're still alive? That's Marco. You like him. That's Marco. I mean, wow. So nice to see you. Even though he stole your wife. What? Fuck. Come in. You wanting something to drink? Oh, right. You stopped drinking. Cup of coffee? Yes, please. You follow him to his caretaker's home. It's pretty nice, despite the mess and filth. What? He serves you a cup of coffee and sits down at the table. You follow suit. The only noise in the room is the TV behind Marco. Before you came by, he was playing a soccer video game. The fans are singing and clapping their hands. So, what have you been up to? I have some questions for you. He shakes his head. No, not yet, man. Seriously, no. The last time I helped you out, I lost my job, so the answer is no. You have no choice and you know it. You owe me this much. Marco drops his head between his shoulders. He starts to beg. I'm telling you, man, I love this job. It's so easy. I get to take care of a stadium that's empty 75% of the time. He sits up roughly in his chair. Behind him on the screen, the stadium's going wild. The crowd goes wild. I need information on Ronan Besson. He straightens up. Ronan? The coach that got killed by the judge? Oh, the judge is... I forgot the name. It's the name of the case. The judge is the... fucking killer, of course. That's why the sentence didn't make any sense to me. Because it involved... okay. Right, okay. The very one. He was a great guy. Everyone's torn up about it. Ooh. Be electric and spit it out. Be evil and drink your coffee. I didn't know either. No. I mean, I read it. I know the case is called The Judge, but I literally did not put two and two together because I was thinking she was talking about a judge, you know. Jesus. Turns out long gabs on solving cases is bad. Yeah. It's so distracting. Everyone's torn up about it, but... Or do I just be mischievous and drink my coffee? I don't see how that's going to help. But there were rumours. Some parents heard he was a little too hands-on with the kids a while back, if you get my drift. But no one ever looked into it. Why not? Was it true? I don't know nothing. He sighs. A few months ago, Ronan cornered a kid, like by the showers. You know what I mean? The kid stabbed him in the thigh with a pair of scissors and ran away. And no one investigated this? The kid's parents weren't sure whether they'd file a complaint. Club director brought Ronan in and bam, 2 days later he was murdered. Who else knows this? About the kid? No one, I think. Well, maybe some other parents. I don't know. How do you mischievously drink coffee? Wiggle your eyebrows? I don't know. You get up. Should we Columbo it? One last thing. No. Thank you, Marco. Don't tell anyone where you got this information, okay? Time will tell. Don't worry. Sip your coffee in silence. We've already stood up. Don't worry about it. Yeah, I've heard that before. Vuvuzela noise comes from the TV. No, not the vuvuzelas. Okay, I've got to run. He walks through the door, mumbling with clenched teeth. Every time I run into you, you jinx me. Every single time. You walk outside and over to your taxi. Door, key, motor purring. You go back to work. You go back to work. There we go. Right, okay. Now, where's the nearest case? Who we got here? Oh, who's this? What's this flashing about? Why is she flashing? I don't understand why certain things are like... What does it mean when faces are blacked out? Like this one. What? I'm sure they're not just implying that that's a dark-skinned person, because this is a dark-skinned person, surely, as well. And that one's practically luminous. Maybe he's just supposed... Maybe he's literally just a black person and it looks so bad in the black and white, I can't tell. But I thought like it was an almost like a silhouette. And why is this guy wearing a helmet? I'm sure it's probably very quirky, but is it going to help us in the case? Whereas this one is flashing, and I think this face looks kind of familiar. So let's go pick her up. Let's get this sorted. Oh. You're driving along when a strange burnt smell suddenly fills the cab. What the... You look around, sniff. Is it coming from outside? Park. As soon as you see a free spot, you pull over and park. You freeze. Something, or someone, is in your taxi. Blamey Ginger, thanks for the redeem. Hello. A woman's voice resonates around the cab. How does she get in? Janet. I can't. I need a better signal. What the... I'm here. Eva Benner, hello. But I'm working in the actual office, so I'm just listening in. No, that's no problem. Thank you for dropping by. I hope your work is going well. We don't distract you too much with our random shitty French pronunciations. Pronunciations, whatever. You know what I'm saying. I don't know. Who's Janet? You turn around slowly. A young woman has appeared behind you. Ooh. Don't shout. I'm afraid I'll lose the connection. I don't have much time. Lose the connection?
And I love spunk.
Thank you, Didi. There's something strange about her face, as if she's several different people at once. What the hell? Listen to me carefully. What the fuck? I come from the future, and you must know that you met... She stops moving like a computer glitch. What the fuck is happening? She stays this way, still, frozen. Hydrate, thank you very much. Then she suddenly starts moving again. Oh, excuse me, thank you. Okay. They're extremists, totally crazy. Some try to get a hold of anything remotely technological only to destroy it. What the? They've gathered heaps of screens, keyboard, lamps to burn them. What? The fires last for days. The sky... Some days the sky is filled with toxic soot, black ash. She shrugs. I'm lucky, I guess. I can remember what it was like before. The children, though. I feel mostly sorry for them. Feel most sorry for them. They're so lifeless. Sad. She looks at you. Does she? You look surprised, but... The image of her flickers, shakes. She raises her head to speak to someone. Someone outside the cab. Oh. What? They're getting closer? I don't know if I can stay much longer. What the hell is going on? I have to tell you one more thing. Well, get out with it then. A few days ago, we got our hands on some newspapers from your time. She looks down. Everything we read seemed trivial. And it felt so good. We laughed about it, even though deep down, I miss those debates, stories, the editorials. She lowers her voice. Especially the horoscopes. She doesn't say anything for a few seconds. You wanted to tell me something? Tell you something? Her face lights up. Tabak. Yes. While we were reading through newspapers, we found some crucial information related to your investigation. She closes her eyes. Now, don't try to. I can't tell you much. But I need you to write down what I'm about to say. Oh, do I need to write it down? She disappears. Well, that's not helpful, is it? A few seconds go by and she doesn't come back. Hello? No answer. Silence reigns in the cab. Terrifying silence. Only now do you notice a strange smell floating in your taxi. A hospital smell. Pull over. You park as soon as you find a free spot. You attempt to get a hold of yourself. The radio starts to crackle. Despite the interference, you make out the young woman's voice. I'm sorry. I can't come back. You hear someone scream in the background. They're taking our antenna apart. What the hell? Shit. Watch the files. Not those, Raz. The other ones. Her voice sounds far away from it, then closer again. We had enough time to send you something. I don't know if it could be of any help, but it's under the seat. Under the seat? It's so descriptive. He breathed in. He breathed out. I know. No answer. Her voice suddenly stops. Well, I think it already had, but whatever. The radio starts playing like usual again. You turn your eyes to the passenger seat. How could she possibly put something under your seat? Plus, you had the car washed. If you had... Look under the seat. You lean over towards the passenger seat. You feel around, and your fingers happen on a file folder. You pull it out slowly. Scribbled on front in thick pencil are the words, "Thank you, Jay." You open it up, a newspaper clipping. The paper is yellowed, worn. At the top of the article, a date. The date is 2 years from now. Bed pet. You stop breathing as you start reading the clipping. Whilst driving? Available in your room. Okay. You inhale, you smile. This will help you. Right, okay. Wow, we're miles away now. Okay. Interesting. Let's head for this person, I guess. The closest. And we need to actually get some money in. There's something so very Parisian about this street, except... Oh, damn. Okay. We need your kinda help. Ultra skaters! Sure. $13? Sure, why not? You pull your cab up to the sidewalk and lean over. Your next passengers are in a dark alleyway just off the main street. There are... how to put it? They are in disguise. As 4 superheroes in spandex suits stretched over their bodies. They remind you of a show from your childhood. Call to them. You roll down your window and call to your passengers. One of them, dressed in pink, looks up. He or she staggers over to the taxi, makes an attempt to poke his or her head through the window. The helmet bangs against the metal frame and they groan in surprise. Robots in disguise. Now, I think they're pretty like Power Rangers, supposedly, by the sounds of it. Spandex. Ultra pink. You are driver? It's a he, and even with his helmet on, you can smell the stench of booze on his breath. Yeah. He turns around in his pink suit. Hey, guys, hey. The rest of the group turns around. It's our cab. A yelp of joy comes from the alleyway. Hiding in an alley. All 4 suited passengers get into the car, one after the other. The aroma of beer and piss wafts into the cab. Lovely. Hey, Summer, how's it going? Hope you're well. How's your afternoon? How's your day been? We're currently giving a ride to some drunken cosplayers. Okay, man, I'll be brief. We lost Ultra Yellow. We don't know where she's hiding or no. Rough day, but I'll bounce back. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Got a lurk where it makes it. No problem. Thank you for being here. I appreciate the lurk. And I hope things do bounce back quickly. Person in the cat. All right. No. They've lost Ultra Yellow. The one dressed in green starts screaming into the taxi, a deep male voice with a southern accent. We're drunk! Yeah, like we didn't know already. Ultra Yellow? You want to look for her? We don't want to look for her. We have to find her. What? Dramatic pause. He extends a shaking finger and points to the roof. Ultra... oh shit, I don't feel so good. Yellow is the one with the keys to our hotel room. Oh no. Ultra Pink clears his throat like it might be a technique for getting the alcohol out of his system quicker. Anyway, you could just drive around the neighborhood slowly. She can't be far. The one in red, silent up till now, raises his head. Yeah, dudes, yeah. We're gonna look for her. We're gonna find her and we're gonna get a drink because I'm thirsty. Are you, dudes? A woman's voice? Or a teenager? You're not sure. Oh, God. Who's thirsty? Yay! Fill the cap. Everyone seems up for a drink. No, because they are going to throw up everywhere. No, you're too drunk. What? What do you mean? We barely had anything to drink. What? Almost nothing. You got to puke all over my taxi. Yeah, exactly. Cross my heart, we won't throw up. Actually, we already have, and we never throw up. What? I don't want to kick him out, but, you know, because A, we need the fare, and B, it sounds like they need to find their friend, but, I don't want them to keep drinking either. Alright, call it with a drinking afterwards. What do you mean by that? That you're too drunk to drink anymore. When you're dealing with drunk passengers, you always use the same firm, confident voice. We find your friend and then you settle down. Ultra Pink nods and... Okay, fine. Deal. Your passengers are overwhelmed with joy, with the exception of the silent one leaning against the window behind you. Yes, let's go. Let's go, even. You start driving. Yeah, never mind. Keep your eyes peeled, guys, okay? Ultra Pink is riddled with hiccups and acid reflux. I don't like the fact we can tell from here. So, where should we start? We were at Furiosa with Ultra Yellow. We were drinking there until they refused to keep serving us. Right, so you've barely been drinking, but you drank until they refused to serve you. Okay. Fucking Nazi hipsters. Bring it down a notch. No need to get so excited. Why don't we start there? Maybe she's at the hotel emptying the minibar. Lucky duck. Oh yeah, not a bad idea. Or she's in the little park where we went to drink meat. Jesus Christ. Messiah escapes from the red helmet. The beer was so cheap. It was called beer. Spelled wrong, or the label on the label and everything. Okay. But Red is right. Ultra Yellow might be in the little park. What should we... Oh, fuck, my stomach. Where should we go? Let's check the park, because in theory that could be the most dangerous place for her to be if she is there, and then we can start ruling out, you know, safer places. Let's go to the park. It is. Maybe she's still there. No, she was with us at the bar, right? I don't know anymore. I thought you were at the bar then the park. They tell you how to find the park you're talking about and start the car. In back, they spark a discussion centering on the following theme: which country has the best price amount of alcohol ratio? You quickly tune them out. You let out a sigh and shake your head, hoping you'll be done with them soon. Pink and Red vote for Bulgaria. Green shouts that the only right answer is Croatia. As for Blue, he hasn't said a word all evening. You're starting to worry. The park finally comes into sight and silence fills the cab. I don't see anyone in this park here. You sure it's this one? Yeah, I recognise that. That's where I yacked up my insides. Okay. And yet you're still totally drunk, dude. I'm not that drunk. I'll prove it. I can remember my credit card number. 4434. You give out your credit card number when you're drunk? No, never. Except when I'm drunk. Silence in the cab. Does anyone have a fucking idea? You clear your throat. There's still the bar. Yeah, the bar. Good idea. Yay. Maybe we can get a nice cold one while we're at it. Nope. No, we're going to look for Yellow. Plus, they don't want us in there anymore. Do I need to remind you of the scene you made? Noobs, I know. Someone whispers the address of the bar. It's not far. You start the car and can't help but smile. But wait, guys. Wait just one tiny second. Anyone check the trunk of the cab? What? Red and Pink sigh. Oh, come on. How could he be more drunk than I am? Did you pop some pills in the toilet again? Huh? No, man, no. And they go on to discuss their darkest memories of boozing past. Jesus Christ. As for Blue, he still hasn't said anything. You watch him in the rearview mirror. If you go by the way his head is lolling, he's starting to fall asleep. As long as that's okay, you know. You finally get to the bar and park where you can. Despite the time, the bar is still full and patrons are scattered across the sidewalk. Hey, look, over there. What? What do you see? Well, that's Ultra Yellow, isn't it? They all lean over, except Blue, to try and make out the shape in the darkness. Oh, come on, that looks nothing like her. Honestly, you really need to stop drinking, I'm serious. You're making me thirsty. But I swear I thought it was her. I've had enough of him, I swear. No need to get upset, we'll find her eventually. We're never going to find her, never ever. Jesus, stop screaming already. The car totally smells like licorice now. You're such an ass. Licorice? She might be at the hotel. They look at you in silence. Not a bad idea. You're the man. This guy is a genius. Yeah, the hotel. She might already have crashed. Maybe she hooked up with someone. Shit, yeah. Okay, let's go. You start driving, a mild migraine taking over your head. You start driving to the address and the pink eye gave you. Behind you, the discussion is getting out of hand. Pink and red think they never should have eaten at that sushi restaurant. Oh no. Green is screaming that yellow is totally nuts anyway. As for blue, not a peep. You're starting to get worried. Say something? Hey, say, your friend there, is he okay? The discussion in the back of the cab comes to a halt. Who? Ultra Blue? Yeah, don't worry. He's a silent drunk. Yeah, what he said. Actually, it's the only way to get him to shut up. Alright. Okay. You turn your attention back to the road ahead and forget about the troop in the back seat for a while. Despite the stench of booze. Despite the intermittent giggling. A few minutes later, you pull up in front of the hotel. It's the kind of place that tries really hard to appear classy. The flowers in the entryway are clearly artificial. Okay, so what's the plan? I'm going to ask if she's there and then... Hey dudes, look, she's right there. Sitting right on the sidewalk a few meters from the hotel, you finally catch a glimpse of Ultra Yellow. She's leaning over and seems completely drunk. The pink guy starts fumbling in his spandex pants. We're going to take care of her. I think she needs us. Need any help? No. You get the impression he's suddenly in a hurry. Thanks for your help, man. We'll take it from here. Yeah, man. Thanks for the help, man. Stop screaming, for fuck's sakes. Your taxi was like an angel that fell out of the sky into a barrel of beer. For fuck's sakes. Come on, get out. Everyone's had enough of your stinky breath. They get out of the car one after another. Once on the sidewalk, they walk over to their friend and surround her. You focus your attention on your taxi for a while and collect your thoughts. The one guy who was screaming is vulgar friendly. Your head is pounding and you're shaken up. It's rare that your passengers get under your skin that much. And just as you're pulling away from the hotel, you smell an unpleasant smell. You turn around. Blue left a stain on the back seat. Son of a bitch. It's not really pee, nor is it vomit. It's indescribable. You glance outside. Your passengers are no longer in front of the hotel. Maybe they went inside? You open the windows and start driving. With a bit of luck, it'll be dry before you pick up a new passenger. Ew, no! You make a mental note to clean your taxi before the end of your shift. Hey. €5 tip? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. See, like this one. It's just black. What is this? Who is this meant to be? Yeah, we've got all our little information eye things. Santa Claus? Power Rangers are gross. Apparently, yeah. I'm so tempted to just pick out like the silhouettes just to see why they're silhouetted. And it's pretty close. So fuck it. Yeah, let's go. We'll pick up petrol probably tomorrow. Might as well. Xavier Turchev? I need to get out of here. Okay. Excuse me a second. That was my phone. What's going on here? Oh. Sorry, 1 second. Just Wi-Fi. Need to reply. Okay. Right, $16? Not a lot. Sure. Could be interesting. You pull up next to the sidewalk a few meters from an abandoned warehouse. Meet Tina? You've got to see her. That a pun on me, Tina? I'm sorry. I'm not slightly. It was her. I can't see her at the moment. Was that like a, I don't know, something her I've never met her or something like that kind of joke. Perhaps it's the way I'm saying it. I'm reading too much, man. My brain can't cope. Abandoned warehouse. All right, yeah, sorry. No sign of your passenger. Oh no. You wait a minute, staring at the meter. You really don't feel like wasting your time on people who... You hear a window break on the second floor of the warehouse. A body falls heavily to the sidewalk. What the fuck? You lay your hand on the door handle when a man, dressed entirely in black, jumps out the window and lands on the body. He stands up and takes a few steps over to your cab. Xavier, you the cab I ordered? What the fuck? You nod your head very, very slowly. Super, I'm the one you're waiting for. Be right there. He turns around, places his finger on the neck of the inanimate body, takes its pulse. Comes back over, opens the door and jumps into the back seat. Dead people can't pay fares, so you pay him no mind. Exactly. What the fuck? This daredevil. Comes back over, opens the door and jumps into the back seat. That's the one. Right. You can start driving. Newly, please? Wait for him. Why did you wait for him to come back? I know. We need the money, man. I have no idea how to pronounce this. I'm assuming maybe a place? It's in the way he said it. Newly? You're in a car. You can leave. I know. You follow orders without a second thought. In back, your passenger smells like sweat and gunpowder. He's been running. Been in a fight, maybe. Probably. His muscles bulge in rhythm with his heart, which is racing. Good evening? Pretty good, yeah. He smiles, or tries to. You can see blood in his otherwise impeccably white teeth. I screwed up a little, but all in all, it was a good evening. You? I'm not so sure anymore. I mean... Uh-oh. Yeah. To be fair, we had someone throw up in the back, so the middle ground, I mean, you know, bulging with his bulge. You're going to have to clean up another stain. No! Okay, alright, come on. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. You're on to me and you know it. I'm the masked Joker. What? You squint to get a closer look at your passenger. What? The masked Joker, the hero that makes Parisian nights more peaceful, no? You slowly shake your head. Nope, doesn't ring a bell. I'm all over Twitter, so probably on the radio and in the newspapers, I think. What exactly do you do? I protect people. I'm a guardian. So he's like a daredevil, okay. Like a superhero? No, I don't have any superpowers. But it's the same idea. Yes, I mean, for the moment, I mostly take care of small-time crooks, pickpockets. It's not very prestigious, but you have to start somewhere. You open your mouth, but nothing worth saying comes out. Oh, right. That makes sense. He protects people from dying of old age. Yeah, exactly. So, how about the name? You like it? I'm not sure I get it. It's Joker, like the card. And masked because I'm wearing a mask. He's Batman. Yeah. Silence ensues. Your passenger eventually clears his throat. See, I wanted something that wasn't too... He's searching for the right word. He searches for the right word, beats around the bush, and eventually comes out with... problematic. Right, okay. I did a lot of brainstorming and came up with the Masked Joker. I haven't gotten great feedback, but it's hard these days to find a name everyone likes. You have to make sacrifices if you want your core business to succeed. That's what they tell us at school, anyway. At school? Yes, and ENK. Or is it ENK? He freezes. Shit, I almost gave you the name of my business school. Okay. What an idiot. Can you imagine if Bruce Wayne went around telling everybody he was Bruce Wayne? You mean Batman? Whatever. Bruce Wayne? No, Batman. If Batman went around telling everyone he was Bruce Wayne. There we go. I'm getting all mixed up. He touches his sides for a while, like he's looking for a wound. You're getting close to your destination. I think I'm hurt. I'm going to take you to the hospital. You're going to be alright? Well, we should offer the hospital. No, I'm fine. I shouldn't have jumped out the window like that. Didn't he say it was the 3rd story or something like that? But you're already coming down the street and I didn't want to make you wait. You smile. Pull over right there in front of the driveway. You obey. Don't worry, it's just a flesh wound. I'll be home in 2 minutes and have everything I need to take care of myself. He pays and struggles to get out of the cab. One last thing, please don't say anything about Enkid. I'm trying to lead a double life and it's not super easy. Kneecaps aren't sharing space with his kidneys, exactly. It's alright, the ground broke his fall. Enkid? No, I don't know what you're talking about. Nod your head mysteriously. Nah, of course. Perfect. I hope to... He doubles over in a coughing spell. See you again sometime. Take good care of yourself. I'll be much better soon. No worries. He looks at you for a minute. You're really a classy guy. He walks away, limping. You watch him as he tries several times to enter his building code before heading inside. Finally. Well, you know where he lives. It can't be hard to narrow it down. As you go to start the engine, you notice a few drops of blood on your fingers. Your fingers? From the bills your passenger handed you. Oh. Not quite a flesh wound then. Okay. Okay, this one's flashing again, and it's relatively close. I'm going to go with flashing ones because I assume they're more important. I don't know why. And that's up there, isn't it? Salim Wadyan. San Owen. 13 kilometers for 44. Not bad considering we just did 4 for about 16. Actually, that is bad. That's less than equal, I think. Dorgo, 1, 2, 3, ka-chow! Yeah. Sure, let's take it. You immediately recognise the passenger who just climbed into the back seat of your cab. Oh, we know them. His face has been plastered all over the news for the last few weeks. He's a lawyer. A lawyer who is representing a terrorist. He gives you an address and you start driving. He holds your gaze in the rearview mirror like he's trying to read your mind. You drive across a virtually empty Paris. Behind you, the lawyer nervously consults his notes. Do we want to get in on this? I mean, he's consulting his notes. Should we be concerned? It's just his job. Nervously or not, you know, that's not our business, right? Wait, hang on. Jesus Christ, sorry, 1 second. Oh, okay, yeah, no, Jesus. Another message from the doctor, confusing the hell out of me. I forgot I had that. I've got a blood test appointment as well, which I had to book at the beginning of the month. And the closest they could give me was the 23rd. So, of course, I've just suddenly got a notification saying, hey, that's a week from now. And I was like, but I'd forgotten entirely about it because this was like 2 weeks ago. Crazy. Anyway, right, sorry. Do we want to... Oh, go on, let's be nosy. He answers without looking up. Yes. You get the message and leave him alone. Continue driving without saying a word. Your passenger mutters. Why did he have to say that to the cops? He's not taking this seriously. Doesn't get it? Idiot. There again. He says it again. Is he contradicting himself or just... You glance in your mirror. The lawyer looks like a smaller version of himself. We got the hint first time, I think. Your eyes meet in the rearview mirror. You see him start to brake. I put my sofa on advance. I only remembered it the other day. Day after, so I missed it. Oh no! They didn't remind you any closer to the time? That's ridiculous. I mean, See, I'm lucky I have such a terrible memory because I have to put everything down, so I write things down immediately, like as in I put it in my phone. It's the only way it's ever going to remind me. But that's bullshit. They should have, they should have let you know, even on the day, because all this stuff's automated now. It's not hard for them to set up, bloody reminders, is it? Let's face it. Haven't said anything since. God's sakes. Doctor, I need you to fill out a form before you can book an appointment. You can only get the form during an appointment. That's what it feels like sometimes. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's getting terrible. Yeah. I won't go into the conspiracy theories, but it's run awfully, and it's getting worse. Anyway, yeah. Sorry. Right. I can't take it anymore. He takes a deep breath. He loses control of his voice. This guy is a real asshole. He's not just a monster, he's a total idiot. Tears form at the corner of his eyes. So, he's not put off by the fact that he's a monster. He's just frustrated with the fact that he's a monster and an idiot. See, I could never practice law, not because I don't really care about justice or anything like that, but because I wouldn't like the idea of representing someone to the best of my abilities who I know did it. That'd be so frustrating. I've never seen such a moronic defendant. You know what it's like to defend a moron? You know what it's like to get only 3 hours of sleep a night so you can defend a fucking moron? They're supposed to represent people if you believe they're guilty. It depends who they are. I'm pretty sure. I mean, everyone has, is entitled to a lawyer, and there are lawyers who will represent people who say to them, "Yeah, I did it, but you're not meant to tell them that because that's that's in confidence." I don't think a lawyer is allowed to just turn to the judge and say, "Well, he admitted it to me, so you have to send him down." That's not the best defense for the person, for the individual. Excuse me. So yeah, there will be lawyers who know that they're representing actual criminals. I remember a story. A guy I worked with once. He was long story short. I used to work in a jail, and he was saying about how he took this guy to he took this guy out to court one day. He was essentially a contract killer, and this guy sort of like he admitted to him. He said, "Look, I've killed, but I didn't do this one." And you kind of sort of think, well, okay, they may be framing it for this to a degree, or they got the wrong guy, which is kind of a quandary in and of itself, because you think, well, yeah, but he deserves some kind of comeuppance, so it's not like he's not getting justice eventually. But then the person who did do this one is getting away with it. That's awful. So it's kind of bit of a bad situation, but unfortunately, games police play occasionally. Anyway, fucking moron. Do you have any idea? He yells so loudly the windows shake. Wow, okay. Are you talking about... Yes, of course I'm talking about him. Who else? Who else could it possibly be talking about? True. But if they confess to the lawyer can't represent them as innocent because perjury. Oh, no. No, you wouldn't represent them as innocent as such, no. But you'd have to, you'd just be essentially trying to get them the best, outcome possible, whether that's getting off scot-free or, be it on technicalities or something. A lawyer wouldn't be asked to lie, for them. But then again, they're never put on. The lawyers are never put under oath. It's always the people who, it's the other side of it. So the lawyers don't have to lie. They just have to try and, get around it. Anyway, I aim to get the real guy. Well, he was already about to go to jail anyway, so that would be a bit of a problem. But also, I think that's still illegal, and also, that doesn't mean you know who did it. I think he was a contract killer, not a private detective. It's kind of different, You see my face in all the magazines, the papers, right? His voice teeters, blind with rage. That's me, the terrorist's best friend, a traitor to his country. He pauses barely, just in time to take a deep breath. Jesus effing Christ already. He kicks the seat in front of him. Hey, Jesus! He calms himself down. He steadies his breath. I'm the one who agreed to it. I actually fought to represent him. Why? It's my own damn fault of being dragged through the mud. He raises his hand, snickers. Just Mars bar. Yeah, I admit it. At first I thought it was pretty great. Being on TV, all the interviews, journalists asking my opinion about everything. I shook so many hands, said so many words, sentences, yet I actually said nothing. When I worked in the hood, not a single person cared about my work. The hood. And now in 5 hours, I have to be on the radio. In 7, on TV. He pauses, breathes. His voice sounds further and further away. You should get some rest. He chuckles. Rest? No way. Actually, it's simple. I almost never sleep. When I lie in bed, I stare at the ceiling and go over the evidence in my head. He sits up. It's barbaric, disgusting, so horrific it's almost unreal. He lets out a sigh from somewhere deep in his body. And then I discover my client bought nails, the nails that were in the bombs at the corner market, and he kept the receipt. He kept the fucking receipt! Folded it in half and slipped it into his wallet. That's what I see when I close my eyes. Disemboweled bodies and a receipt for €2 worth of nails. Sir, you are a terrible lawyer. It's a terrible, terrible criminal, so, swings and roundabouts, I guess. Why? For tax purposes, yeah. He raises his voice quite high. Why, for God's sake? He thought he could expense it when he got to heaven? He pauses. So stupid and so dangerous. He disgusts me. He revolts me. Why defend him then? Because everyone has the right to an attorney. Everyone, without exception. Otherwise, justice is no longer just. His fit of rage subsides. His fingers are shaking. When I signed on, I thought I'd be representing someone crazy. And I found out he's just a moron who's played too many video games. The guy has never even read the holy book that they used to justify their so-called acts of martyrdom. He read a few passages online. Passages? Online? You have any idea what a complete moron he is? He chuckles. I'm sorry. I'm truly sorry. I shouldn't have said all that. He takes a deep breath. I don't have anyone else to talk to about. All the other lawyers avoid me like the plague. My mother can't understand why I'm doing this. She's so ashamed she went back to Algeria. Jesus. She left the country? He's shaking. I get the shame. What I don't get is why people just lump things together. I'm not a terrorist. I'm not a murderer. He's a terrorist seems a pointless statement. We know that. And he knows that. It seems almost like we're saying you are by proxy. That's not fair. Made the right choice? I don't think he did by the sounds of it. No one else would do it. Maybe they wouldn't. But certainly no one else would fight for it like he did. Say nothing? Sounds almost like we're agreeing with what he's saying, but maybe he just needs to vent. He sighs and rubs his eyes. He looks like he's been crying. He starts talking again in a much softer voice. You can just go into a shop and buy a cat, right? Don't even ask for ID. You'll be telling all this to a cat while you scratch it behind the ears. Well, I don't think the cat would want to stay around while he's punching chairs or whatever, but yeah. Then again, I don't know, cats can be pretty stressful. This guy sounds stressed enough. We could hang him right here, right now, and no one, I'm telling you, would shed a tear. He stays quiet for a moment, catches your gaze. Sorry, my phone again. What's going on? No, why did you do that? What's going on? Okay, 1 second, sorry. There we go, sorry. Catches your gaze. That's why I keep doing this. He slows his breathing. For equality, our country was founded on it. These rights have been abused far too often for me to look at the other way. His anger seems to be lifting. The taxi's almost reached its destination. In the back seat, the lawyer is much calmer. His voice is soft. I needed to be reminded of this. This will serve as a lesson. He looks at you in the mirror and bores into you with his gaze. It's odd, isn't it? That I ran into you tonight. I mean, as if. Definitely not because you volunteered for it and don't want to publicly back out. No, exactly. No, forget it. You pull over. He pays his fare.
Hey, listen!
Oh, thank you, Didi. I'm sorry you're tired. If you're not busy, you could always catch a nap. But obviously I can't tell you how to do that. No, you! Wait, don't take this wrong way, but... He hands you another bill. Here, this is for you, for listening, for hearing what I had to say. Take it. We need the money. You slide the bill into your pocket. He looks relieved, gathers his belongings strewn across the back seat. As he's getting out of the cab, you realise he left an envelope behind. For a second, one tiny second, you hesitate. It could be something important. It's not ours. It's blanket in the direction of Didi. Nap equals migraine. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, hopefully you get a nice earlier night and a good night's rest tonight. Eats a blanket. Yeah, you can still be cozy. He freezes, notices the envelope and grabs it hastily. You can tell he's uncomfortable. He doesn't say another word. He gets out of the taxi, walks a few steps away, turns around to wave at you before entering a bistro. You drive off. 66 bucks. I wonder, curls up under blankets. Do you think he was leaving the envelope on purpose? I didn't think that until afterwards. A $20, €20 tip. Nice. We'll take that. Oh, that was weird. Look at all these. Oh, it's the Eiffel Tower, I think, on his head, supposedly, but I thought it was like an Avenger. We're right next to people. Oh, wow. That's, I have to go all the way down there to get to him there? And there? And there? Everyone is back the opposite way? What the frick? This one is closer. Screw it. Let's go. Maybe you can do a fare who isn't unhinged on edge. I'm not sure that's what this game is about, to be honest. Are we still night 3? I haven't even, like, been able to discover any new evidence yet because I haven't had a chance to look at it. It's crazy. It's Arrow all over the place. One last fare and then more petrol, probably. Jackie Elizabeth. Hi, honey, home, please. Wow, that's going to take up all of our time. We'll have to refuse that one. Where's... Oh, hold on, I want to move the map. I want to move the map. There we go. Where's our home? Can we go home yet? Let's refuel. Horde of cops cars is heading down the street. No one notices you. You sigh. You pull over and stop. Leave the gas station. Volume. Fill the tank. Oh, I have to press and hold. 30. 40. That'll do. You walk into the mini-mart. Excuse me. Guy behind the counter looks like all the other guys behind counters you come across in your lifetime. Evening. Newspaper. Joycery. Cash. Oh, let's say. Talk with the clerk. Newspapers. Oh, so you can pull into a petrol station and pick up a newspaper any time. Sure. You're right, I guess. You nod and exit the shop. No top shelf magazines though. No, unfortunately not. Alright. Get into your taxi and drive away. It takes so long filling this up with things. There we go. Where is home? Isn't there like a thing for clicking to go home? Maybe this only appears after a certain time, so I'll have to read the newspaper. You pull the newspaper out of your glove compartment and start leafing through it. Eventually, something grabs your eye. It's a long interview with one of the whistleblowers that started the infamous police leak scandal everyone is talking about. I've been told it's where the heart is. Yes, yeah. Thunderstorm? What, in game? Or in real life? I'm not hearing anything in real life, but I've got headphones on. Photo is not very flattering, but you recognize your passenger. You turn the page and stop. Oh, in real life. Oh, cool. Sweet. Well, it's lucky I'm not out digging a hole like I was supposed to be doing. I was going to do some gardening today, but I decided to stream because it's going to be off and on weather. So I was like, nah. Cool. You've read about a third of the newspaper. Stop reading. You shut the paper, it'll end up in the trash tonight. If you remember, it's there, otherwise it'll spend the rest of its days in your glove compartment. All right, I see, yes. Come on, look at this time here. We need to go home and do some shit. There we are, home. I don't think this has given us enough time to actually do any of the investigating that we need to do, but let's have another look at our clues. Somewhere in one of the buildings around you, a dog is barking up a storm. Oh, Jesus. Look at this. We're going to get home before we faint at the wheel? You now know more about your clients. Check the Pasidex menu for more details. Janet gave you a clue. Losses, €200. Current starting balance, profits 100. Losses 200. Okay. Ultra yellow in front of the hotel. You've met Xavier. Okay. A few minutes to update your whiteboard with new clues. Thank you. Suddenly overcome with the desire to sleep. Close your eyes, press your fingers to your eyelids, and let out a yawn. So we're not going to get a chance to look at the board because we're too knackered. You sigh and get to work. Oh no, okay. Woohoo! We got some time. Okay. Let's have a look at this here board. What's going on? Yeah, okay. Now, the bullet. Weapon, it was a rare gun used in the 70s. Police gun in the 70s. Perfect shape by a professional. Dad was a cop. Lost her parents in Argentina. Argentina. You actually lost money by going to work. Good job, I know. I think it's because I did so much. I did like those 3 other jobs which didn't net me anything, and then I spent like nearly 100 on petrol, so I didn't make that quite back, I don't think. Yeah. Promising football player. Retired cop. Joined the police in 77. So Piero Bataz and Paul Marie Fragonard. It makes sense that these two, I mean, it's joining the lines for us anyway. But these are victims, aren't they? Thai cop joined the police, divorced from a judge, born in the French Antilles. Moved to mainland France in 76. Gay in relationship, never discloses information at work. Health scandal. Yeah, aren't these the different victims? Victim 3, known to have tortured prisoners. What? Known to have tortured prisoners. Killer's height is greater than 180. Wait, so are these the... Wait, are these not the victims? These are the suspects? I thought these were the victims. No, it can't be. Right, so it's none of these because the killer is over 1 meter 80. So these must all be victims. Okay, I was confused. It has been a couple of weeks, I guess. Back to the desk. So we've got time to look at some of these. Police report 2 or 3. Oh, actually, we've got enough, both of them. Nice. New clue. Let's have a look here. What do we got here? Victim 2 killed in only spot with CCTV. Victim 3 was known to have tortured people. Victim 2, message 3, blah blah. Killer fought with victim 3. Spent bullet casing. Right, it was a bullet casing on a shell. Like a shotgun shell. That's what I was thinking of for some reason. Killer fought with victim 1. Killed with 1 bullet in the neck. Sign of violence. Okay. Message on crime scenes 2 was you deserve this. Time's up. Justice. Wait, no, because he's not a victim because he's alive. So he must be a... Wait, what? So he's a suspect? Promising football player when he was 10. Okay. So if we can meet these people, get more information from them. I didn't even know that when we were talking to him. That's why it was like, oh, this could be information on the... right, okay, never mind. Right, so we need to try and remember these faces. I have no idea. Is it Harvey? Hervé? Hervé Greu? Grelu? I think double L's are like a Y sound, aren't they? Like in Versailles. So is that Greu? Is it Grelu? I don't know. Right, and these are their connections. So he worked for Victim 2 in the 90s. So if they were all killed with a gun that's from the 70s, Paul Marie and Piero Bataz are our greatest choices at the moment, our suspects. Call him Herb. Yeah, that'll do, Herb. But then he's French, so it'd be Herb. Interesting. Okay. Right, okay. The phone rings and you jump. You're not used to hearing it. No one ever calls you. It must be Boussette. Pick up. You pick up. Boussette sounds irritated. You there? Yeah. Listen, it's... She pauses. You suddenly hear a ruckus in the background. Probably noises at the station. Boussette raises her voice. Anyone got the time? Hey, guys, anyone? Fuck, they're all Neanderthals here. Listen, it's early and I'm wiped out. So are you, I bet. Let's get straight to the point. What do you have for me? In a calm and methodical voice, you start giving her the evidence you've collected. So roll himself into a cigarette and smoke himself. Yeah. You start with the first suspect, the connection to the victims, the rumours, then the second suspect, and so on. A few minutes in, she lets out a whistle. Not bad at all, seriously. You should come give a lesson to the zombies I work with. A long sigh. Le sigh. I have some good news for you. We checked the alibi of one of the suspects I gave you. As you listen to her, you turn to the board and pull down the suspect she's referring to. So it's going to be someone else. She snickers. You know how lucky you are? I'm doing your job for you, pal. It's a quality crazy wall. Yeah. Okay, enough chit chat. I gotta run. I'll call you in 2-3 days, okay? Understood. Oh, careful. Sorry. My dozy cat has just woken up, decided to fall all over the place. What are you doing? Hmm? Yes, I know. Hello. Can't wait to see your JFK assassination wall. Man. Good doggy. Fuck off, he said. I'll call you in 3 days and you better have what I need to make a proper arrest. 3 days. The DA has fangs. We're pretty sure he's going to turn into a werewolf at some point. She babbles on for a while. Her voice becomes softer, but just as sarcastic. That would explain his terrible breath. Okay, I'm out. She hangs up. You hold the handset to your ear for a while. You have just one thing in mind. Sleeping. And forgetting it all. 2 or 3 days, we've got to make sense of this. So it's not Herb. Okay. With a heavy hand, shush, you wipe your tired face. You open the sofa bed, which unfolds with an unpleasant creak. You collapse into the mattress. The events of the day run through your head. The streets, their passengers, their faces, their problems. This is basically a loading screen at this stage. I missed the previous stream. Why is this our job? Oh, right. Long story short, we were a victim of the judge, who is a serial killer. So far, there's been, if we can remember from the board, there's been like 3 murders so far, or maybe 4. And we were a taxi driver. We were attacked from behind, but we only ended up in hospital. And now we're back to work. But the policewoman, this Boussette, who's just an annoying cow, has decided that she found some information on us. Something about we did some time in jail for something I can't quite remember. Something, I think it's like a assault, or it may have been like one of those, it may be like, manslaughter or something, like where it was self-defense, but we did some time for killing someone or something like that. Something was pretty serious, but we did our time and we got out. And she's like, you could lose your job and everything if if this gets out. So you're going to help me by getting information on suspects. So use your taxiing job to talk to these individuals, and I'll provide you some information to try and narrow down what it is. And so now we're doing it collaboratively, but also against our will, essentially. And so, yeah, that's why we're trying to throw this this mind board together, You open one eye. Thank you for the hydrate. This is, I think this is about like a month later. I think we spent several weeks in hospital, and then came out and went sort of straight to work. Yeah, and that's about it. So me as a player, even to this very second, I'm still not absolutely 100% sure on the game's mechanics with regards to solving the case. At what stage do I get to say, hey, I think it's this person? So I assume I just have to try and focus on those people on the board. If they pop up looking for a fare, I need to prioritize them, get the information I can out of them, and try and narrow it down that way. As well as when on the map you see those, those eyes, they're areas that give us clues, as you saw we did at the beginning. Some song that's been in your head since you woke up, though you don't know why. Going to be a long night. Oh my god. He said it's going to be a long night. Wasn't that night 3? We're now only on to night 4, and we're nearly at the 2-hour mark. With regard, only like 15 minutes. I know we haven't played for long, but oh no, actually, I think it just like auto saves all the time when we quit. Hang on, taxi companies have there's a fair approach to background checks, or it wouldn't be a problem. Yeah, exactly. And a few minutes later, you're outside your studio. Night 4. Dun, dun, dun. There we go. Right, Jesus. If I was to, say, go back to menu... and then continue... I do like the base map. It's interesting, isn't it? Right, okay. So it doesn't put us where we were, it puts us at the beginning of the day. Because that was the last save point. Because I was curious as to whether it's... Because if it puts us back where we were, we would be on the map already. We wouldn't be running through this bit. Night 4, okay. I'll call it there then, because I don't know when the next autosave will be, and I don't want to get into like another hour and a half before that happens, because I have no save option. It may be like after every passenger or something. I don't know, but it could be a long one before we find out. So we'll call it we'll call it there for today. Come on, cat. I need to press some buttons. Shh, come on, out of the way. Yes, I know. Out of the way. Come on. It's so noisy. But I feel like I'm getting that reminds me of Japanned boxes. The hell's that? Japanned boxes. Thanks for the stream. No, it's no problem. Thank you. I will will drop out to the menu and I'll quit the game because the sound stays. There we go. Japanned boxes. But anyway, yeah. So we'll call it there. But we will be back with this in the next couple of days. This one felt easier than the last one. I think probably because I was looking for a save game last time. Like we hit the 2 hour and I went, oh, I don't know how much longer I've got to go. So it dragged a little bit longer last time, and I think it sort of was a bit of a strain at the end. But this time round, it was quite nice to sort of understand where we're going with. Let's have a look on this here platform and see if there's anybody for when my phone updates. Anybody for Raiden? Xenoblade Chronicles, no, because I haven't played that one yet. Arx Fatalis? I don't know that game. What's that like? Let me just load this up slightly. It's an interesting little platformer, I guess. We've got a Vuzel with Mafia 2 Definitive Edition. Yee. Let's go with this guy. So, right, okay. So, yeah, thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Dee Dee, for all the hydrates. I appreciate it. And I hope you do feel better later today / tomorrow. Thank you all for dropping by. Thank you again for the sub, Azimuth. Nice to see you again as well. Oh, yeah, I need to type stuff. Well, what's this name? I can never... Luke I have no idea how to pronounce this, so I just call with Luke. That'll do. That's him. There we go. He's a funny man. He's a games designer, I believe, who in his spare time likes to stream games as well, and he is quite an entertaining individual. So yeah. So again, I won't promise when. We'll be back in the next couple of days, and with more of this, as well as there'll be some room at some point to play as well, because we've got room 2, 3, and 4 to go through. That'll all be pretty fun. So yeah, thank you again for everybody for dropping by. It's always good to see you all. Thank you for the lurks, for people who may still be lurking if you're still around, and we will see you back. Have a good night, good day, good morning, whatever else is left of your day. GG, something happened. Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah, glumps. Oh no, not the glumps. Thank you, Dee. Take care, everybody, and we shall wait. And I think that's it. I'm just stalling now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, thanks everybody. Take care. Have a good one. I'll see you in a few days. See you later. Bye. 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 See you soon. Bye.